Concentration is very important in our lives. Whether you're focused or distracted determines how well you perform at your work. But there are many videos which claim that modern people have less concentration because they are addicted to dopamine by consuming too much content from their smartphones. Well, is this true? Microsoft's study concluded that human attention is typically broken within 8 seconds. It also concluded that digital devices don't significantly impair users' attention. If the digital devices that most distinguish modern society from the past don't impair our attention span, it's hard to believe the claim that our attention span has been weakening in recent years. Maybe we are not designed to focus on one thing for long periods of time. If you think about it, when we are playing a game, we'll usually focus enough to lose track of time. If our attention span were weak, we wouldn't be able to enjoy the game or funny video at all. But if you watch this video so far without skipping, you've already focused on one thing for more than 50 seconds. However, it's true that we find it difficult to prevent ourselves from reaching for the phone when it rings. How can I explain that if it's not a sign of harming our concentration? If you're constantly thinking about something else and want to do something else, it's not an impaired concentration, but maybe lack or impaired awareness. Platforms are trying to get your attention and time. For example, YouTube looks for the intersection of your age, gender, location, and recent viewings to keep you in front of videos that it thinks you'll be interested in. The problem with being exposed to a machine that's designed to do this is that we'll easily distracted and spend a lot of time on the wrong things. The problem isn't that we have short attention spans. The real problem is that we're easily hooked and spend too much time on the wrong things. As we saw in the Microsoft study, our attention span is only a few seconds. So maybe it's better to just accept our attention is going to be broken and repeatedly check to make sure that it's going to be in the right place if you want to be successful at doing what we want to do. So maybe what's more important and realistic than focusing on one thing is being aware of where your attention is right now and putting it where you want it to be. Platforms, and social media in particular, can have a profound effect on you. As early as 5 years ago, a paper published at one of the SCI journals showed that social media addiction affects brain chemistry and behavior. The study have concluded that people addicted to alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs have similar biological and psychological symptoms to those addicted to social media. Just as drug addicts exhibit shaky hands and mood swings, social media addicts exhibit the similar symptoms. Presumably because, similar to addictive substances, social media release dopamine in the brain by feeding the customized content to keep you on the platform. So I made this video. Today, I'm gonna talk about concentration and how to put it where you want it to be. If you watch this video through, you will know about the system of the concentration and awareness and how to use them and how to strengthen it. The researcher went so far as to draw parallel between social media addiction and drug addiction. Also, the addicted people have symptoms such as depression, death and suicidal thoughts, low self-esteem, loneliness, and social isolation. So, maybe, if you've been in a strange mood lately, feeling like you're the only one living in a cocoon, and your self-confidence is dwindling, it may not be your problem, but your social media usage pattern. Meanwhile, as of 2023, there are approximately 5.1 billion internet users. The average daily internet usage time for a person is said to be 6 hours and 37 minutes. Wait, what? Isn't that a statistical error? At first, I thought it made no sense at all too. But when you think about our lives today, well, we have music or podcast playing at work, on our commutes, and even while brushing your teeth at home, it doesn't seem like such a crazy number. Every social network has to keep people coming back to the platform, whether it's to monetize their traffic with ads or to charge users for subscriptions. According to Facebook's early senior executive Chamath, the key to keeping people coming back is the dopamine reward system, also known as the motivational hormone. Dopamine is released when you are rewarded, which is why we feel good when we get water during our moments of thirst or when you receive an unexpected gift. Platforms release this dopamine with curating clickbait content. So what do you think? I think I can say the internet, including social media, is a dopamine machine. We spend a lot of time on the internet, especially social media these days. And the dopamine reward system tends to get more addictive the more you use it. In fact, they are designed to keep you hooked unless you quiet or moderate your use by yourself. But the real problem comes next. A paper we checked out earlier suggests that social media addiction can have similar symptoms to drug addiction. So it can be summarized as a dopamine machine designed to keep you hooked to use your time on their platform, and it also could leave you with after effects. The bitter truth is that the platform is not responsible if you become addicted and harm yourself. However, it's hard to ignore that social media has advantages, such as communicating with friends and making it easier to connect with people you wouldn't otherwise meet in real life. So suddenly deleting your account is not a realistic suggestion. To solve these problems, you'd better use social media to your advantage, taking the good and avoiding the bad. There are many approaches to using the platform, but the one I suggest is mindfulness, the one of the types of meditation. If I only use the platform for as long as I need to and close the app before I get distracted, I've gotten the information I need, I've made connections, and I've gotten the benefits of social media while avoiding the downside of wasting time. But I know it's easier said than done, because the moment I pick up my phone, I'm bombarded with interesting content and it's very hard not to look at it. But if you had a tool to evaluate whether the content in front of us is important to us right now, it will save us from wasting time. The book Peak Mind, having written by Amishi Jha, have shown that the tool is meta-awareness, and it's a trainable skill if you want it. Hey, so what exactly should we do? Mindfulness. That's right. Amishi Jha, a neuroscientist and professor of psychology, has proven via research that you can strengthen your attention with consistent mindfulness. Good news! The exercises are very easy, specific, and clear. Oh wait, are you wasting my time to say about boring meditation? Yes, I do. But it's mindfulness that is slightly different from meditation. Also, it's not boring. And this mindfulness I read about in the book. And that's the point of this video. Usually on YouTube or online, you'll see instructions for mindfulness that tell you to imagine a shining ball or to think of a shining meadow. But Amish pointed out that this may not be proven effective. It's interesting how seemingly the same thing can be ineffective if you approach it differently. There's a total of 3 mindfulness in the book, and I'm just going to show you the simplest one in this video. And it's something that I try to do at least once a day, and that's just using your breath. First, close your eyes and focus all your attention on your breath. Continue to focus on your nose. Feel the sensation of coolness on the in-breath and warmth on the out-breath. Notice any movement or your body if you can. And if your mind wanders to something other than your breath, bring your attention back to it as soon as you recognize it. Continue this for about 12 minutes or more. Hey, seriously? How is this breathing exercise going to increase my attention ability? The correlation between mindfulness and increased ability of attention has been scientifically validated by Amishi Jha, a neuroscientist who dedicated her lifetime. But I'm a very skeptical cat, so I don't trust things easily. But when I do this, I find myself repeatedly checking in with myself to see if I'm thinking about something else or if I'm still doing what I'm supposed to be doing. The point of this mindfulness is to train yourself to become aware of whether you are thinking about something else or focusing on the feeling in your nose. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, putting your attention in the right place is one of the ways to stop wasting time by overthinking. I think the key is to know what we need to focus on. And if we get distracted, to bring our attention back to the right place before our mind starts to write down the story that does not exist in the real world, I believe your time can be spent exactly where you want it to be. With this knowledge and practice, having the mental tools to check where your attention is going is a powerful mental shield in today's content-fluid world. And breathing mindfulness is a core exercise that gives you those tools. Okay, I get it. But how long should I do it and when? The book explains that if you do it for about 2 months, 12 minutes a day, you can see significant changes. You can even do it lying down. However, one important point is that you need to do it constantly. The specific areas of improvement are attention, memory, and emotion, or your feeling. Anyway, I've been trying to do mindfulness at least once a day since I learned about it 6 months ago. And while I can't say that my attention span has suddenly improved, I'm at least better able to recognize when I'm getting distracted and look away. Most importantly, I'm able to look away before I spend my time on unnecessary things, which makes me feel a little better about myself and in control, knowing that I can minimize wasted time. In addition to mindfulness, there's a lot of background of the mechanism of focus and attention in the book, which I've skipped here because I don't want to overwhelm you with this video. But it's definitely helpful in understanding the mechanisms of attention. So, if you're interested in learning more, I'd recommend checking out the book at the link below. I hope this video was helpful to anyone who has been struggling to focus on a single task and wasting time thinking about other things. In a world where there are so many things to see and do, it seems that we need to think proactively to protect our mental space. There is also a problem that it is easy to waste thoughts, minds, and time because they are invisible. I am convinced and supported that you can lead your life in the direction you want by managing your attention. By the way, we spend at least 300 hours making a video. We do this because it's rewarding and fun to discover, develop, and turn into content stories that are meaningful to you, stories that help you in your life. As you can see, we aren't getting a ton of views. However, we can constantly create the next video because of you. We can get motivation and dopamine because you watched the video through, like now. So, I guess this is wrap up. Please press the subscribe button for our next video. Bye bye!